Hi kids, it's me, your kooky Aunt Jasmine. Let's talk about first house placements. Placements in the first house are key aspects of our identity, and that's because the first house is the house of our personality. It's the house of the self. Any placements hanging out in our first house are deeply related to who we are and how we view the world. Of course, our whole chart shows the many different facets of who we are, but first house stuff is like rising way up to the top. It's very much a part of who we are and how we interact with the world, as well as how we interact with ourselves. If you have a lot of first house placements, if you have a first house stellium, then you have a beautifully developed personality. You're a unique individual. You do have to be cautious of being a little egotistical and forgetting to think about how your actions affect others. It's also very common to not have any placements in the first house. That's okay. Tell me your first house placements in the comments. I have none. Hi kids, it's me, your spooky Aunt Jasmine, and today we're going to talk about the second house. Planets and placements in our second house are related to our sense of worth. Placements here show us what we think is valuable, as well as what qualities and characteristics we find valuable in other people, as well as ourselves. If you have a lot of placements in the second house, you are going to be naturally pretty good with money, and you make very practical decisions. You like things of high quality, well, maybe depending on what house rules your second house. You do have to be cautious of being materialistic if you have like 3 or more planets in the second house. Also, don't get freaked out if you have no second house placements. That's okay. That's actually very normal. There's 8 planets and 12 houses, so it happens. If you do have second house placements, tell me in the comments. I don't. Hi kids, it's me, your spooky Aunt Jasmine, and today we're going to learn about the third house. So the third house tells us about the quality of our mind and our thoughts. Placements here are quirky, creative, intellectual, quick-witted. If you have a lot of third house placements, then you're very interested in absorbing information, communicating, talking to people, reading books, reading articles. You're just like very curious, and you like thinking, and you like learning new interesting facts. Too many placements here could definitely make you a smart ass. You could be a little shallow too, because you just like to skim the surface of like a lot of different topics. And you can be like pretty scattered, like it could be hard for you to focus on things. If you don't have any third house placements, that's okay. That is normal. If you do have any third house placements, tell me them in the comments. My Taurus Mars is in the third house. Hi kids, it's me, your spooky Aunt Jasmine, and we're going to talk about the fourth house today. The fourth house is linked to our relationship to our sense of home and our sense of family. Placements here can tell us about our early childhood and our relationship to our parents, but they also tell us important things about what we define as home and family. Having a lot of fourth house placements mean that you really value home and family, once again, which are things that each of us can define on our own. So I'm not going to tell you what either of those things mean, but you value it very highly, and it plays an important role in your life and your life's journey. Sometimes when we have a lot of fourth house placements, we struggle to leave our comfort zone. We take on way too much personal responsibility for our family, and sometimes it can point towards early childhood trauma. If you don't have any fourth house placements, that's okay. That's very normal. Everybody has houses without placements in them. Where are your fourth house placements? Tell me in the comments. I have none. Hi kids, it's me, your kooky Aunt Jasmine, and today I want to talk about the fifth house. The fifth house is the seat of creativity and pleasure in our chart. Placements here are fun and fun-loving and passionate and exciting and all around good. Fun, if you will. If you have lots of placements in the fifth house, then play and recreation and sex plays an important role in your life. But if you have too many placements in the fifth house, you might find yourself needing to check in with your vices, who's in control of who here. If you don't have any placements in the fifth house, that's okay. That's normal. There's 8 planets and 12 houses. I don't have any fifth house placements, but do you? Tell me in the comments. Hi kids, it's me, your kooky Aunt Jasmine, and today we're going to talk about the sixth house. The sixth house is the day-to-day stuff of our lives. So it's health and wellness, it's routines, and it's your day job. Placements here are detail oriented and they like a certain kind of structure and routine. If you have a lot of placements here, you are going to be inclined towards healing. Now, healing is a big umbrella word because there's lots of different ways we can invite healing into our lives and the lives of other people. For that same reason, health issues are likely to play a large role in your life if you do have a lot of sixth house placements. I've had to record that a couple times because I cannot say those 3 words together. If you have no sixth house placements, yes, I said it. Don't worry, that's normal. There are 8 planets and 12 houses. If you do have sixth house placements, tell me where they are in the comments. Hi kids, it's me, your kooky Aunt Jasmine, and today we're going to talk about the 7th house. The 7th house is the house of partnerships. However, it is not specifically romantic, but it is serious partnership. Placements in the 7th house are looking for someone to co-create with. If you have like 3 or 4 7th house placements, then that probably means that partnering with people is really important, whether it's creative partnering or romantic partnering. You believe that life is better shared, and I mean, you're not wrong. If you have like 5 or more placements in the 7th house, that's a lot of concentrated energy, and something to look out for is the idea that you are not complete on your own, that you need to be completed by someone. You don't. You are whole on your own, I promise. If you don't have 7th house placements, don't worry. That is very, very normal. Who has 7th house placements though? Tell me in the comments. I don't. Hi kids, it's me, your kooky Aunt Jasmine, and today we are going to learn about the 8th house. This is the house of life, death, transformation, and taxes. Placements here can be a lot of things, but generally they are powerful and transformative. If you have 3 or 4 placements in the 8th house, then you are probably pretty good with money and also probably psychic. Yeah. If you have like 5 or more 8th house placements, you could be like a little controlling, maybe a little manipulative, maybe you like power just a little bit too much. If you don't have 8th house placements, that's okay. That's normal. Not everybody does. If you do have 8th house placements, tell me what they are in the comments, and also let me know, if you see dead people. Hi kids, it's me, your kooky Aunt Jasmine, and today we're going to talk about the 9th house in astrology. The 9th house is fun because it's your personal life's philosophy. Placements here are open-minded, hungry for knowledge, and spiritual, philosophical, and religious. 3 to 4 placements here means that you are interested in the whole world and you believe you have a purpose in this life. 5 or more placements may mean that you're like evangelical and try to push your beliefs on other people, but honestly, generally, this is a very fortunate good house. So even having 5+ placements in the 9th house really ain't that bad. No placements in the 9th house? Don't worry, that's normal. If you do have 9th house placements, tell me about them in the comments. Both my Pluto and Moon are in the 9th house, which thank God, because that is where my Scorpio is. And it really helps outweigh the darkness of Scorpio sometimes. Only sometimes. Hi kids, it's me, your kooky Aunt Jasmine, and today we are going to learn about the 10th house in astrology. The 10th house is traditionally thought of as the career house. It's where we look to for career information and advice when we are giving readings. However, it's really more so the house of public appearance. And in this modern day and age, we are known for our careers. And so the 10th house is what we are known for and what we are known as. Because of that, placements here are in the spotlight. This is what people see in you. 3 to 4 placements here probably mean that you are career focused and you have no problem taking on a leadership role at work or just in life in general. 5 or more placements here could mean that you are ambitious to a fault, causing issues in your personal life. It could also mean that you care way too much about what other people think about you. What sign rules your 10th house? What do you think that says about your future career choices or current career choices? And what does it say about how other people view you? Mine's Sagittarius. Hi kids, it's me, your kooky Aunt Jasmine, and today we're going to talk about the 11th house in astrology. This is the house of friendships and communities. So placements here like feeling connected and supported by other people. 3 to 4 placements here mean that you are everyone's best friend and you're a team player, and feeling like you're part of a community is really important for you. 5 or more placements here mean that you may need to learn the lesson of independence, and you might also struggle with setting boundaries and getting taken advantage of and doing too much for other people. If you don't have any 11th house placements, that's okay, that's normal. If you do have 11th house placements, tell me about them in the comments. My Mercury, Uranus, and Neptune are all in the 11th house. Hi kids, it's me, your kooky Aunt Jasmine, and today we're going to talk about the 12th house in astrology. It's time to wrap up this house series talking about the 12th house, which is the house of isolation, secrets, and metaphorical death. Placements here are very secretive. They like their privacy. They hide. They stay in the shadows. They also sometimes are their own undoing. If you're like me and have 3 to 4 placements here, you carry a secret sadness around with you, but you have a huge propensity for growth, especially spiritual growth throughout your life. 5 or more placements here means that you probably will hit rock bottom at least once in your life, and you could definitely talk to spirits. That's a lot of 12th house energy, but like I said, there's a huge propensity for growth here. It's like a butterfly in a chrysalis or a seed being planted in the darkness. Scary but good. If you don't have any 12th house placements, that's okay, that's normal. If you do have 12th house placements, tell me about them in the comments.